gon' figure that out. And I might have been down, not out. Only one thing I gotta know now. So you ready for the comeback? Yeah. Are you ready for the? Are you ready for the comeback? You know we don't want that. Let me see them hands up all the way front back. Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Releasing on June 16th, Starship Troopers Terran Command is the most anticipated RTS of the season. Please welcome on stage executive producer David Sharrock and senior brand manager Alberto Casalini.
Hi everyone, and welcome. We're going to show you Starship Troopers Terran Command. So the game has been out on pre-order and it's going to release in a month's time on June 16. David, for anyone who might not be familiar with the game, what type of game it is?
So Starship Troopers Terran Command is an RTS, a real-time strategy game set in the Starship Troopers universe, but on a new undocumented planet.
The movie universe.
Yes, the movie universe.
Yes, very important. Okay, so the game is single player only, and it focuses on a story campaign in which the Federation tries to defend the planet of Kwalasha from a bugs invasion.
There is, has come to no surprise to anyone, there were no bugs, then there's bugs. And we are being sent there to deal with said bugs.
Yes. Okay, so today we're going to show you a brand new mission that we have never shown before. It's called The Perimeter. What can you tell us about it? So,
Perimeter is quite a lot further into the campaign than we've previously shown, as you can see from the screen we're seeing with the Edmond playing away, showing us our scenario select screen. So previously we've only shown you missions from quite near the early of the game. The Steam Next Fest demo was kind of the first 3 missions. So we're going now to the kind of end of what we call Act 3 internally. There's been a very large bug invasion. The Federation has heroically made a great stand and pushed the bugs back into, well, next door. But we are heroically securing the perimeter now.
Yes, I don't want to give spoilers away, but we're going to see some units that we have never seen before.
Yes, we're looking forward to it. And Edmond is going to win heroically, aren't you, Edmond?
Yes, actually, Commander Edmond is very experienced with the game, but we're not exactly sure that he can beat this.
I've seen him play.
Yes. I mean, what do we do with him if he doesn't win?
Oh, I don't know. I think we might have to court-martial him, to be honest.
Yeah, probably. Actually, you know, we only have 30 minutes to beat the mission, so let's make a bet. If Edmond can't win in 30 minutes, he's going to be in trouble.
Oh, I think so. I think there's trouble awaiting for him right here.
All right, so let's get into it.
City. To prevent further incursions, the military is building a line of fortifications around Kwalasha's industrial sector. Troopers are busy clearing out the last few insect stragglers from the green zone. Safety, security, and a return to normal life are just around the bend.
Normal life, here we come.
All right, so some of you might not be familiar with how the game plays, so we'll take the first few minutes to familiarize ourselves with the UI and anything that's happening.
Yes. So we've got a few new characters we haven't met before yet. You'll learn more about them when the game comes out. These are kind of our commanding officers for this mission. As you can see, we've heroically drawn a line around the planet that includes most of Kwalasha, where the bugs can maybe stay safe. But however, the PR is maybe not necessarily matching the reality. So we're here to make that happen.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Yes.
All right, so what can you tell us? What are we seeing here?
So this is pretty much every mission in Starship Troopers, you start with a radio base, which is kind of your base of operations. Here, Edmond has been, shall we say, dropped into a hot zone. So he's very quickly calling down new troops to help secure his immediate surroundings. He's using his combat engineers to put down turrets to basically secure his base. If you look at the mini-map in the bottom left, you see he holds a very small amount of terrain, and there's a lot of red with lots of big numbers on it, which indicate lots of bug hives with lots of bugs in them.
Yes. Let's talk about these days. You can only build some specific buildings in specific slots.
Yes, so each of you, to encourage, shall we say, collection of the bases around the map, the Federation wisely only kind of built so many building slots in each base. So specialization is the name of the game. So here Edmond started out with access to rifle troopers, Mark II troopers, and combat engineers. But he needs to go and use his deployment zone back in his base to open up the next level of units. So he's pushing forward a bit to try and get forward and secure an outlying area.
Awaiting orders.
Oh, that's a bug layer.
Yes, those are kind of environmental obstacles. They're there to kind of little bug hives that you can try and blow up with grenades, but they'll keep spitting out bugs until you close them, but they're not the main bug hives. They're the real threats on the map.
Yes.
So he needs to kind of, he's doing that to basically buy himself a bit of space, a bit of breathing room to build out from. But his main problem is that his southeast corridor is open. So we've got that's why he's building his turrets back there, back in the base, kind of secures that zone.
You know, one of the things I really enjoy about this game is how it always keeps the pressure on the player. There's never a dull moment in Starship Troopers.
No, if you stop, the bugs tend to keep coming.
Yes.
They tend to there's never enough bugs really. There's also quite a lot of your guys. So if you want to, the Federation being the Federation, there's always more bodies. It's about using those bodies well. So you'll notice the little pips appearing over these troops' emblems are experience levels. So they're getting better. They're getting better at doing what they do, which is fighting the bug menace. And if you lose them, they're gone. You don't get the experience back. However, if you can keep at least one alive and refill that unit with troops from orbit, then you keep that experience level. So that's kind of a lot of the heart of the game, is keeping those experienced troops alive.
So how do you get reinforcements then?
So reinforcements are called from orbit. The fleet are up there with lots of ready, eager citizens willing to do their duty, do their part. But you need supplies and war support in order to call them down. So on the bottom UI there, you can see there's kind of 5 elements. There's the battle tier, which is kind of how far the battle has progressed and whether your Federation commanders believe it's a serious enough battle to get attention for. He has his deployment slots he's got available, dropships available, and then supply and war support. Supply is kind of like your soft cap, which people know from other RTSs. It's kind of how many basic bodies you can get out, whereas war support is for the kind of more sophisticated things like buildings and also some of the more advanced Federation units.
I think this is a good moment to talk about terrain elevation. As you can see, Edmond just placed some troopers on an elevated terrain. What's the advantage of that?
So first of all, line of sight. If you're up there, you can see that, see what's coming. I think Edmond, on this map, there's some fun bits later on where you're trying to approach up a slope, and bugs are on there, but you can't see them until they suddenly start eating your face. So that's the first thing. Secondly, rate of fire. Everyone on a higher unit gets a bit more rate of fire, and thirdly, you can fire over troops. So those rifle troopers at the back there, they're obviously in action now because that bug hole spawned some new guys. But you can't shoot through your own soldiers. The Federation tends to frown upon self-inflicted casualties. It's a valuable resource. So putting someone on elevation means they can shoot over units with no real care about who's in the way.
That's very handy.
Yes.
Yeah, as you can see, Edmond has been using quite a few unit abilities.
Yes.
Each unit, has a standard mode of attack, but they also have special abilities.
Yes. And he's also just pushed forward and cleared his first bug hive. He's obviously heard our inspirational talks and he's really pushing for it. So the bug hive is just cleared. It's kind of like the main bug structure in our game. Where bugs come from, where bug attack waves come from, where bug defensive structures are built. So he's now captured a new base here and putting down a kind of a comms base, which will allow him to summon the fleet liaison, which is a new troop. We've not found this before. Also, he's brought down a couple of rocket troopers because there was a rocket depot attached to that base. Yes. So he's now got a bit of a nice defensive line there on top of that wall. But you also have seen a new threat appeared, which are tankers and plasma bugs.
Yes.
So tankers are basically, the bugs have noticed him. They are mildly annoyed. So they will now start spawning tanker bugs and attack waves.
Oh, here's
like
one.
This guy here, yes. which unfortunately is going to cause his Mark II troopers a few issues. Oh, they appear to be melting.
I love that
they're
animation.
Melting, Edmond. They're melting. Do something.
No, that's fine. I really love the animation, and I'm glad that we showed that on screen. Also, yeah, new threat hopper bugs as well. Oh, by the way, I don't think we have shown plasma bugs before, so that's new as well.
Yes, so plasma bugs are the ones you've recognized from the movies, but in this one, they're not just shooting at orbit, they're shooting at you.
Makes sense.
So on the minimap, you see the kind of big blue zones. That's kind of the plasma bug range of fire on this map. If you get in there, they'll start dropping big, high explosive globs of plasma on you, just to keep you on your toes, that kind of thing. So Edmund's doing all right here. He's pushing forward. He's got enough supplies to call down fleet liaison if he wanted to, which might be a decent shout in the moment. Fleet liaisons, like the radio troopers, people. Oh, there we go. There is a plasma problem.
Yeah.
He might want to move from there. Oh, and here's some spiffers and some hoppers. Oh dear, people are falling dead.
No.
Come on, Edmund, you can do it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Made it.
He's made it, and he's also avoided a plasma strike. Oh, well done, Edmund. Yes,
another layer.
So he's chosen not to go with a radio operator, so he can't summon reinforcements in the field. Otherwise, he'd be able to get some new bodies down to replenish those guys who've been killed.
Yes.
But also, the fleet liaison officer, not only does she have that ability, she can also call down attack strikes, which are wonderfully devastating. Oh, dear, poor bugs.
Yeah. As you remember in the movie, there was quite a rivalry between the mobile infantry and the fleet. So the fleet liaison is there to represent that rivalry. As in, normally the mobile infantry wouldn't have any kind of support from the air.
Yeah, the fleet aren't particularly bothered about your boots on the ground. They're worried about the planes in the air. But the fleet liaison kind of acts as a key link between the two. And there she is.
Nice.
Hello there.
There we go.
Yes, she is unfortunately owned with one Marita pistol. So it's probably best to keep her guarded.
Well, I do hope that we're going to see some tuck strikes.
Oh, I think that zone over there kind of needs.
Here's
as
the
we were saying,
uppercuts.
he's currently attacking uphill, which is occasionally an issue.
Yeah.
As you see, the attack strike has rather failed before. No,
Here's a plasma bug.
Hello, plasma bug.
Very nice.
So it takes a long time for them to recharge, but when they do, it tends to get quite messy. And the hive he's trying to attack you is quite a big one as well. So not only are there bugs, like the chariot bugs there, who are trying to defend the plasma bug.
It's a tuck strike.
Yes, incoming. Come on, Edmond, drop the hammer. There we go.
There we go.
Boom. Now the thing is, plasma bugs have quite a lot of armor. So he's done a wonderful job there of clearing out the bugs that are guarding the plasma bug. But he'll need to get his rocket troopers in there to finish the deal. Like that.
Nice.
But she probably needs to get out of there. Come on, Lily, run.
That was a close one.
That was a close one. So he's doing some high action. He's got some good hikes.
There we go.
There
One
it goes.
plus
Good work,
one
Edmond.
down.
So there's two plasma bugs on this map. Yeah, so he needs to go and deal with that. But as you were saying earlier, Alberto, certainly at this stage of the game, Starship Troopers is generally about escalation.
Yes.
You get better, the bugs get better. You get more troops, the bugs get more troops. It all just keeps coming. There's very rarely a moment of peace.
Things will escalate quickly.
Pieces for the week. So yes, he's now kind of pushing on this bug hive. It's quite a dangerous bug hive because the number you can see on the minimap with 4 indicates there's 4 sources of bugs.
Is there another tuck strike?
Yes, good one. That's the one. That's
nice
more
one.
like
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So warrior bugs, less of an armored unit, and eat barrel bomb quite nicely. So he's coming in now. He's trying to get towards that hive center, which is the center of the hive. But this.
Oh yeah, one trooper just got dismembered.
Oh, but he's got the shotguns out.
That's fine. He's
got the shotguns out. That's good. Oh, that's probably not so good though.
Yeah. I don't.
So he's got to pull in some grenades and call in some.
The fleet liaison just died.
Oh dear, that's a shame.
Yeah.
He's got some trouble. So the hoppers that you can see flying around suppress your troops. They don't. Troops don't like getting hit by hoppers. So it takes a while for them to react and re-engage. So he's in. Oh, that's one unit gone.
It's fine. They died in the service of the Federation.
They did. They were noble lives.
They did their duty.
So he's got to throw out some special rockets here. He's specialised his rocket troopers, I think, in fire grenades there. He's pushing on. But, however, as you said, they have died in service because they've pulled a lot of the teeth of the hive. They have pulled a lot of attention. So they're going to try a last-ditch raid of the hive. Oh, I don't think that went as well as it could have done. There's a few bugs coming left, but there's still one trooper left. You can save him, Edmond.
Yeah, I don't think that.
There's one guy. Come
That's
on.
very close.
Save him.
Come on.
You can do
Come on,
it.
Edmond.
Oh, I think he's going to do it as well, you know. I think he's going to do it.
Oh,
So close.
rip that unit.
So, a little announcement there. So, new next battle tier unlocked, which is quite exciting for our purposes. The battle tier is next battle tier is battle tier 4. So, if Edmond can now find a bit more war support from somewhere, like from clearing a hive and capturing a base, we'll have some fun later on. Oh, however, I think he might need to get a new army. I think this army is not looking as healthy as it could. Yes.
Time to call for reinforcements.
Yes, regeneration time, Edmond. There we go. So, as we were saying earlier, losing your army is not the end of it. Losing your bases is not the end of it. As long as you've got some sort of foothold on Kwalasha, you can get back into the fight. But all these guys are now level 1 XP, no special, or very basic special abilities. So he's going to have to up his game and play better, aren't you, Edmond?
By the way, you have 20 minutes left.
Yes.
Then it's court martial time.
Yes. No pressure. Some pressure. So you can see there, he's able to call down quite a large force, but he only has 5 dropships available at any one time. So there's a bit of a you can't insta summon an entire army. That dropship count will run out eventually. So there you go. I think this is looking a bit more like it though. He's got what that 2 Mark II, some rockets, some rifles, fleet liaison, and some engineers. I think this feels much more like a force to me. So his combat engineers he's going to use on the flank. They can't shoot hoppers, but they're very good at close range. So they're very, very good for securing a flank or in a choke point. I think he needs to get some extra support up there. The other advantage of the Mark II troopers, which are the guys you see in the middle there, is they have underslung grenade launchers. So even if the line of sight is blocked, they can still contribute to the fight by lobbing some rifle grenades up the top. So here we go. This feels like a good one. So that you can see there,
it really feels great when
Yes.
there are all those bugs coming at you and just being shot and torn to pieces. It's amazing.
So you can see, you saw the Edmond actually, rather than calling down the tac strike, he used the fleet liaison to drop a dropship beacon, which meant he could summon reinforcements from orbit, which has given him a chance now to basically take a few losses, but then resummon them back, keep them back in the fight. And if he can keep that area defended, then he'll be able to basically push out from there and hopefully take this bug hive down.
Yeah. You know, just to explain something to those players who are a bit more familiar with RTS games, this game is really about micro.
Oh yes, it's very much a micro game rather than a macro game.
Yeah.
There is as you've said, there's an economy there, but it's a Starship Troopers economy. It's not your usual. There's no harvesters, there's no drones. Well, there are drones, they're on the other side. There's very much about securing access to forces and using those forces well. Edmond is, from looking at his hand, he's playing with a very high sensitivity mouse. He's barely moving, he's in full elite player mode right now, I think. There we go, so you can see from the markers there, Edmond's cleared the bugs out of the main hive. He's cleared the bugs out of that first tunnel, so I think they're about to come back. There we go. So he's just got to clear those last few tips of bugs down. Oh, they're going to make it! Oh, I think they got bushwhacked, didn't quite make it. But he can get down a drop zone and keep people up. And he's got some reinforcements back at the base to come and help. But looks like that hive's down, that hive's down, that hive's down. Clear it, go on, get those guys in there. Come on, boys and girls, you can do it. So they're going to go in there. The bugs basically have been drained of their strength and their fury to take you out. So now a quick push in, a few explosive charges, and the hive is gone. And importantly, the Federation respects this. So it gains two war support for that, which is very useful.
Yeah, this is very good, but 50 minutes left.
Yes, no pressure.
All right, so now we are going to another base.
Yeah, so what he did by taking that big bug hive now is he's bought himself a bit of space, a bit of breathing space around his main defensive lines. So what he's got to do is go and capture that other Federation outpost, which comes with more supplies attached, and also
Hive growth.
Oh, hive growth. Oh, that's unfortunate. They dislike you even more. Oh, when arachnid counterattacks. Oh dear, Edmond. The pressure just keeps growing.
Well, I think he will need some new toys soon.
Yes, he will. So what he's going to do now is, see, he's got more supplies and he's got a few more defences, but he's got that hive just to the left where he is now that's kind of sat in behind his lines. So if I know Edmond, he's going to go and secure that space. So what he's actually doing here is he's using his dropships for a bit of strategic maneuver. So he's pulled those units back into orbit, which gives him a bit of supply back. But he needs to undo some HMD turrets to get the war support back, which will now let him call down the might of the Marauder.
Nice. So this is what I was waiting for.
Yes. So if everyone who's watched Starship Troopers 3 will recognise the M11 Babar Marauder. And whilst these guys are recognising that tankers are no joke, the Marauder is here with its Vulcan cannon and cross machine gun to basically make the bugs pay. So unfortunately, you see, it can move, it can fight, it can't shoot upwards, which is unfortunate. It's not very good at aerial bombardment, but that's what rifle troopers are for.
Makes sense.
Yes, so everyone's going to bring in the big guns now, literally.
Yes. Yeah, I really love it.
Yes, so he's going to secure this area from these bugs. But these warriors are no threat at all to a Marauder.
Wow,
Look at that! Look at those
you can
bullets
shoot
fly.
it any direction.
Yes.
It's amazing.
So you see that hive has been pretty much shut down within seconds.
Yeah, they're
due to the
getting
power of the
decimated.
Marauder.
Look sharp, troopers.
Oh, will he make that? Oh, that's going to be close.
Yeah, he made it, I think.
Oh.
Our war support has
Yes, Edmond.
Yes, nice.
You are still alive. So now he's done what the Federation wanted, which is basically he's closing down hives. But he's now got a new objective, which is not just to clear all the hives, but also to activate the wavebreaker cannons on the exterior perimeter. So it's kind of proceeding
What
to the
can you
next
tell
level.
us about this cannon?
So wavebreaker cannons, you'll also remember possibly from Starship Troopers 3, defending the outpost there. They are very big guns, shall we say, is a very subtle way of putting it. But they're currently cut off. The defending forces couldn't secure them when the bugs attacked earlier. So his job is to push forward, reactivate the controls, and use them to stop the bug attacks that are currently coming in. If you look on the minimap, you can see the arrows in the southeast. So there's bug attack waves going from that direction. So he's now securing some little supply caches around the map to buy him a bit more supply headroom, which is used almost instantly. That's how good he is. Oh, and the bugs appear to be taking his base back. Oh, that's unfortunate, Edmond. They appear to have wised up to your cunning plans. So I think he might be about to go into negative supply. He is. Negative supply is no bad thing. He'll be fine. Edmond knows what he's doing. But it does mean that he's not going to be able to summon any new troops until he gets into positive supply again.
I mean, that's dangerous, but not. It doesn't necessarily mean that's the end of the mission.
No, it's the kind of thing. If he can go back there and retake those bases, I have lots of faith in him. But I'm not sure his troopers necessarily do right at this moment in time. Run away, little Ben.
I can make it.
But the mistake Edmond made here is that whilst there weren't many, oh dear, there's so many mistakes everywhere. Oh, Edmond. He'll be fine. His Marauders there. He'll be fine. Those engineers, not so much.
By the way, how many types of Marauders do we have in the game?
So we have 3. So currently Edmond's got 2 on the board here now. He's got the one with the Vulcan cannon, which is basically spits out high quantities of fire, very good for suppressing the bugs and slowing them down. And then he's got another one down there with a howitzer attached, which is basically a very good anti-armor long-range weapon, especially for taking out.
What's your favorite one?
Oh, I like the one he hasn't got, which is a flamethrower, which maybe we'll see later. So he's currently got some engineers to come and try and secure his main base because he's still getting raided. So yes. To be fair to Edmond, we have asked him to set him a reasonable challenge here.
Yes. Well, I mean,
he's doing well.
He is, but he has 10 minutes left.
Yes, it might be a kind of a noble discharge, but we'll see. So yes, there's a good force pushing forward. He's lost his other forces, he's lost 2 bases, he's still clinging on to 2 other bases.
But he has 2 Marauders.
He has 2 Marauders.
And they are advancing. So
yes, they are advancing. He's got, actually those troops there are decent support, but I don't think he's got any more. Fleet Liaison, I think she may have bought the farm, she has. So he's unsupported, but he has all the cannons. And he did well there.
Ooh.
So what you saw may have saw in the middle there is a very big warrior bug. That very big warrior bug is a royal guard, who are big and scary and get really, really angry he's currently doing a very good job of focusing it down with that howitzer marauder.
So,
and
so,
plasma.
so the second bar that we see above the unit is like a second wing.
Yes, it's again kind of in full classic big boss manner. The Royal Guard has kind of 2 health bars. You get rid of the first, it gets quite angry then to get rid of the second.
Nice dodge there.
Yes, oh, they're coming for the thing is Royal Guard, if you don't take them down on one of the few units from the bugs are to really seriously damage a marauder. So he's having to fight on 2 flanks at once now. But he's doing a good job.
Or he is, for sure.
So he's pushing forward, he seems to have broken the back of it. He needs to get some troops up there to capture that terminal to get the wave breaker online. If he can get the wave breaker online, then he's got that bit of extra additional fire support right next to this hive. So that's a wonderful place, but it's a dangerous place to go. I bet you go, oh, hello, Royal Guard. Oh, did they make it? Oh, I think he stopped him just in time. If a Royal Guard can make contact with some rifle troopers, their attacks tend to be quite large. You tend to have a lot of bodies at once, which is unfortunate. But there you go. Oh, is he got dodge? He's good. Those rifle troopers can maybe make it.
Yes.
Come on, Edmond.
Can make it. Come on.
We believe in you.
Come on.
So he's captured that terminal, get it online. That'll bring the next
Just a
wave
couple
breaker
more
online.
seconds.
Is he going to survive? Plasma everywhere. Oh, the hopper's interrupted him. The hopper's interrupted him.
Yes!
Yeah, so our power's online, the wave breakers are firing.
And we also gain 1 war support.
Which is a wonderful thing, so there you go. So those wave breakers are very heavily armored, very highly armored, so they are just going to...
I really like how the approach of the Federation is just build bigger guns.
No, who wouldn't build bigger guns? So the important thing now is that's kind of secured for him, that flank that was coming from the southeast, so we can now start turning the corner when that Royal Bug pops out right next to all his rifle troopers. Run away, boys! And girls. So what people may have noticed, this level now, which different to the Steam Next Best demo, has lots of voiceovers in it.
Yes.
So the troopers are much more characterful. They are shouting where the marauders have their voices as well. And in the keeping with the Starship Troopers universe, there's soldiers of every type.
Yes.
The Federation.
Everyone is doing their part.
Everyone does their part, yes. And we respect that. So that's another use of the dropships that everyone's doing there. So he had some units there that are in the backfield. They've been defending the main base. They're quite experienced. He's basically asking for the fleet to do a bit of strategic move, call that guy from the backfield to his midfield to help secure that middle base. And there we go. He's keeping these guys here because the tankers arrive like that. Oh dear, that tanker in your base might be a trouble, Edmond. Told you.
That's not ideal.
No, I think the HMGs have good armor piercing, but it's going to be tight. I don't think that one's surviving. Oh, down it goes. What's he bringing down? What's he bringing down? Who's in the ship? Who's in the ship? It's a fleet liaison.
I think it's just kind of
Is she going to bomb it? No, she's going to summon a thing to get out of there. Run away! Oh, I think he's just survived. I think he has just about got away with that.
Yeah, probably.
So he's going to move his troopers back to the base. Oh, come on, troops! He's being helped. He's got a HMG there up on the turret, which I think is his last best hope. Come on, you can do it. Oh,
no. Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, no. Come on.
Oh, it was so close. Oh, here come the engineers.
That was a very violent effort.
He is. He's oh, dear. And there's a bit of a flank. Oh, this is unfortunate, Edmond. We had so much faith. We had so much hope for you. Possibly need a bit more troops. Oh, you can summon a flame marauder to your main base there, Edmond, if you wanted to. You can summon a flame
This
marauder.
is a very desperate defense. Come on. Yes.
Yeah, there we go. That's what we do it. Well done,
Nice
Edmond.
job,
Good
Commander
work.
Edmond.
And as you said, because he'd secured that flank here with the wave breakers, his advanced horse here were quite secure because he's got that wave breaker support. That Royal Guard is still really very angry. So there you go. So we've got to now push forward, try and push the last of the bugs out of that hole. There's a good full tunnel over there, so he's going to take quite a bit of heat, I think. Like that, as he would say. So I think the problem is now he's having to move outside of the cover of that wave breaker.
Yes.
Plasma incoming, marauders don't really care. They're fine, the rest of the troopers not quite so well armoured.
Those hoppers are being a real issue right now because
Yes.
the marauders can't really do much against them.
No, those are, I think that was, 7 of them? Yeah, so
Yeah.
had the unexpected result. And this is the point where losing those bases earlier is really starting to bite. because he can't field that many units because he's missing what, about 10 supply for not having those bases.
To fulfill this request, sir.
So here we go. Let's see. This is his next rank of push forward.
Another wave.
Yes, come on, troopers. So he's basically, those marauders are there. They're kind of fine, but unsupported, there's a good chance they're in trouble. And that hopper swarm is going to cause real issues when that trooper arrive.
I really like how they're just circling above them like vultures or something.
He has managed to get some upgrades there for his troopers though, and he's sensibly using attack move. So he's infantry, as the hoppers fly over the top of that cliff, the infantry are engaging. Old Royal Guard. 2 Royal Guards, one each marauder, and the plasma goes, oh, it's all going off. And unfortunately, Fleet Liaison has been a bit too brave. Oh well, these things happen.
Well, you know, officers need to lead by example.
She leads from the front. It's a really, really good way to go.
That's what the mobile infantry wants.
Precisely. But she's there to. Fleet aren't just for flying; they are also for dying.
Yes.
So here we go. So there we go. It's coming in a bit more support now. The Marauders, unsurprisingly, can't fit into the bug tunnels, so you do need some infantry support to get in there. But he's doing a decent job. Lots of fire and flame and brimstone coming out of there. In go his troopers. Can they clear it? It's got to be close. There's a chance, because he's done a lot of damage here. Go on, Edmond.
Our war support has
Bang, bang, bang. Yeah.
Nice, boys.
Good work, sir. Well done. So, he's got 4 minutes on the clock from what I can see.
Yes.
He's got 1 more bug hive and 1 more plasma and 3 more control terminals to activate. That's a tough ask. He's not seen that drone hive either. He's not seen that drone hive. Incoming drones. Oh, but his troops have got it. Saved him there. That Fleet Liaison's going to get in the face.
More growth.
Oh, the pistol good. The pistol saved her. Oh,
Yeah,
well done.
It did.
Well done, Liaison girl. And here come the attack strike to really polish it off. There we go. She knows what she's doing. And down goes that plasma bug.
Nice.
Lovely work, Headlon. We never lost faith.
Nice. Come on.
So yeah, that's the next base coming online. This one has no supplies attached. It's kind of just a little mini forward base. But importantly, you can get new troops to it, which is kind of his key bit because he's kind of out of support radius. Next pair of
And
breaks
here's
come
the
online.
mortar coming online.
More war support. So he's got 3 minutes and 2 terminals to capture.
Yes, although possibly High Command would give us a bit more time.
No.
I'm
Are
not
you
sure.
saying
I don't know.
Are you saying there might be more that they want to do with this? No.
I don't know. Let's see.
Let's see. Well, here you go. He's engaging well. So he's got that other terminal over on that far side, which is where, if you remember, he got wiped out trying to take that base. So I would expect some opposition over there. I personally made the mistake of going, oh, it's fine. I'll just send a little set of troopers over to secure it and never hearing from them again. Oh dear, Fleet Liaison, come on. Back you go, back you go. Oh, that's what we like.
That officer is very... That officer is one of the best officers I've ever seen.
Down they go. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But they gain some experience from it, so, you know, it all works out. I like it.
I mean, friendly fire is a kill, right?
Oh, it's an instructive lesson.
Yes.
So it's a grenade down there. That'll, not only does it hurt the bugs, it slows them down as well.
By the way, I just want to mention it. It's rather obvious, but as you can see, bugs can scale and climb walls.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So they are not keen on. Well, it's a classic Federation thing. They build a very efficient outpost wall, which just happens to be the perfect size and shape for bugs to climb, which is just unfortunate. I think you'll find. But yes, they don't respect those walls. They don't need to go around them. They will go over them. So here we go. He's going down off his last base. Oh, unfortunately, as you can see, this is at full 4 pips now. These bugs are really not happy. Oh, you'll also notice that the Marauder, being a bit taller, doesn't really respect line of sight rules.
Yeah,
and it's just shooting over the top of everything.
That makes sense.
And here comes all the bombs. There you go, M-bomb. That's what we want.
Nicely done.
Suppressive fire.
Look at those corpses.
Oh, so many corpses. Come on, M-bomb, you can do it.
Come on.
So he's definitely got the upper hand here.
Yes.
I think he may have lost his actual main base, 2 bases. So he's lost 4 bases, but he's still in the fight. So that's good. That's the important bit. He's still in the fight. Yes, unfortunately, Emma. So the problem is when you lose bases with technology buildings attached, you can't build that troop again. and you can only have one of those buildings on the map at any one time. So you notice that all Edmond's going to do now is summon more rifle troopers. And there you go. All right,
Come on,
Edmond.
we're almost there.
Edmond.
Come on.
I can see High Command waiting. High
Come
Command
on.
waiting for you, Edmond.
High Command is expecting some results soon.
It's now or never, Edmond. Now or never.
Come on, you can do it. It's so close.
Maybe not them.
It's so close.
I can see the general going to the podium right now, Edmond.
The Sky Marshal wants it
Yes,
now.
the Sky Marshal is unhappy. Oh, so are those combat engineers. Oh, I'm not sure it's going to work. Oh, he's got away with it. No, he's been eaten. Oh well. Oh, however, he's got rid of 4 pips, got rid of 7 pips with the bugs. Got 1 more Royal Guard.
Come on,
get
I
those
still believe in
troopers
you.
up.
I still believe in you.
Time is technically up.
No.
No?
Not yet.
Oh, there we go, Edmond. Get in there. Get in there. Man,
Heading
that
there,
Royal Guard.
soldiers.
Oh, lovely grenade. Fantastic
Yes,
grenade to finish.
nice.
I think he's managed. He's only gone and done it.
Yes.
There you go. 3, 6,
Nice. Come on.
9. Last soldier.
Come on,
1 more
boys.
soldier. You can do it, boys and girls.
Come on,
Anybody else?
boys.
Our war support has
Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
Edmond, you have survived to and be employed another day. Well done, sir. That's fantastic work.
Now you will be deployed to even more lethal
Yes.
war zones.
Yes, you've proven your ability to fight in more war zones. It's great.
All right. Okay, so I think that's it.
Yeah, cool. So Edmond's going to carry on tidying up, but
Yes.
I think we've done our job. We've done our duty.
Awesome. Good job, Edmond.
Well done.
You prove yourself a very efficient and competent commander.
Very good work.
So, as you can see, Starship Troopers Terran Command is almost there. We're about to release the game on June 16, so we're just looking forward to showing you more of the game as we get closer to the release. So we really hope that you enjoyed what you've seen. And is there anything else you want to say?
I'm really looking forward to releasing it. It's a really fun game. Really looking forward to getting it out there.
Awesome. So thank you so much, and we'll go back on the main stage.